Ace Kaufman is a live YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, Vengeance of the Moon Knight number 9. It's legacy number 239 of the Moon Knight comic book. If you're into legacy numbers, it's a $4.99 book. It's written by Jed MacKay. Devmala Premanik does the interiors, and I got the David Peratore cover, the main cover here. He's been killing it on all these covers for Vengeance of the Moon Knight. They really have an Alex Ross feel to them, or Hildebrandt Brothers as well. Gives me vibes of that. We've got the false Moon Knight on the cover here, kind of burning up as we get the final confrontation here between the real Moon Knight, Mark Spector, and the fake one, who's the Shroud, who's been impersonating him throughout this entire series. This is the final issue of this series, I believe. It's about to kind of be rebooted to Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #1 next month. And we get a good read on everything that's been going on in this comic book so far, all 9 issues. It all started in the wake of Mark Spector's death, and the Midnight Mission kept going with Reese, Soldier, and 8-Ball. And eventually it went into the Blood Hunt, where Tigra and Hunter's Moon were able to bring back Khonshu, who brought back Moon Knight, which helped all the heroes and the Avengers defeat the vampires in the Blood Hunt. And so now we got Mark Spector, the original Moon Knight, back here. We kind of start actually with a flashback to Moon Knight number 11, with Khonshu telling Mark that he's got a debt that he's going to have to repay him for saving Reese all the way back in Moon Knight number 11. And I really love this splash page of Moon Knight walking down the street here. It's almost like a fisheye lens view here. It's just really well done. Got the moon in the background. Really awesome splash. So Reese, who's his partner in the Midnight Mission, catches up with him. And just talking about how he's here, he's back to keep people safe. He's already fixing people's sinks. He tells her to shut up about it. She kind of takes it a little personally. And Khonshu shows up kind of in Mark's head, telling him that there's a price and he owes him a debt, just reminding him that he owes him a debt. We get Moon Knight with Hunter's Moon now. He's catching up with all the members of the Midnight Mission here. And I've really liked every issue of this series so far. The first 4 or 5 issues just kind of each focused on a specific character of the mission, and then it kind of got into the Blood Hunt. And now we are here at the big climax. And Moon Knight's telling Hunter's Moon about how he has this debt he has to repay Khonshu. And what the debt is he has to murder the false Moon Knight, because it offends the god Khonshu that there's a false Moon Knight. So Moon Knight finds the Shroud here, but he's already given up the mask, and he's trying to reason with Moon Knight, telling him that he's already given up the Moon Knight mantle, so, he doesn't have to fight him, just let him go. We get some really awesome artwork in these pages here. The artwork is just absolutely awesome in this book. Alessandro Cappuccio kind of started this, and Devmala Premanik has been doing some of the fill-in books, but you wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, the artwork is just as good. So he tells him to put the mask on. He finally does. I really love this panel of him putting the mask on over his nose and mouth there. He says that's more like it, and we get the view from Moon Knight with his fists cocked. They start to battle. We get a really great fight between these two, although the fake Moon Knight's not putting up much of a fight at all. And Moon Knight's wondering why he's holding back, and he tells him to stop holding back. And he says, fine, you Dark Force it is. And he tries to use the Dark Force powers, but since the events of Blood Hunt, he can't use them, and he just starts puking his guts out. And he says he has no need for the Dark Force powers anyway. He's had more training than Moon Knight. Moon Knight jumps at him with the flying Superman punch here with the moon in the background. Really awesome panel. Great panel layouts too. He says, "Show me." We get a really cool splash page here of them fighting. Really well done with these panels. As you just follow Moon Knight just beating the crap out of the Shroud here. Then he just starts to choke him out. Each panel gets closer and closer to Moon Knight's face here as he's choking him out. You kind of get it from Shroud's perspective here too, as his hands are in each panel. He's kind of begging for his life. And we get another splash here, which looks really cool. Moon Knight saying, "It's done, brother, he's dead." We've got Hunter's Moon up here in the background on top of this machinery here. So we go to the bar with no name, which is where all the criminals hang out, and I like this character change in Moon Knight where he's super confident in himself. He knows exactly what he wants to do here, and he's not afraid of any of these guys, and he tells them to stay off his turf because he's back and nothing can kill him. And he hangs up the Shroud's fake Moon Knight costume on the wall there so that everybody can see it. We get another splash page. He says, "Don't say I never did anything for you." Get lots of little cameos here of like Shocker, there's Rhino. So we're back at the Midnight Mission and we see that the Shroud's actually still alive, and Moon Knight is explaining that he actually did kill him, but he used Dr. Bader, who is the alter ego of Hunter's Moon. He's a doctor. He had him bring him back to life. And Hunter's Moon says, "This is a dangerous game, brother," talking to Moon Knight. I really like this drawing of Moon Knight sitting in the chair. He looks absolutely confident in what he's doing. So he says, "I gave you your life back, you owe me. So go get help, Max, do the work." So now Max owes him a debt, the Shroud does, for bringing him back to life. So Khonshu, he's aware of what's going on. He's like, "That's not what I wanted." And Moon Knight's like, "I'm not concerned with what you want. A sacrifice to a god is always symbolic," he says. "I satisfied your demands. I paid my debt." He says, "So don't threaten me or the Midnight Mission anymore." He says, "You actually owe them your freedom. You owe them a debt because they brought you back to life during the blood hunt." So we get another splash here. Moon Knight is dead. Long live Moon Knight. And we get a letter here from Jed MacKay talking about the story he's telling of how he killed Moon Knight and why it's important to him and all the ins and outs of what that entailed. It's kind of an interesting read. And then we get a little teaser for the new Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #1. It's on sale October 16th. We've got a David Paratore cover again, and it's Jed MacKay and Alessandra Cappuccio. So they've been a great team on Moon Knight, issues 1 to 30, and Vengeance of Moon Knight. So I'll definitely be picking up Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu when that comes out. I normally do new comic book day reviews on Wednesdays, but I didn't get out there today. Only a couple books I wanted, so I'll have an extra large new comic books day video next week for you guys. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. If you like videos like this, please like and leave a comment. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one.